Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Retro Trailer Reactions here on It's a Wonderful Podcast as we
Yes.
continue to look at some of these trailers for our Saturday morning movies series over on Morgan Hasn't Seen, because they just fit the vibe of the Retro Trailer Reactions, don't
Yeah.
they? Really, we are taking that jump back in time on the June series on Morgan Hasn't Seen, to some childhood favourites. So obviously, here is where we also like to jump back in time. I mean, we're all about jumping back in time
Yeah.
on It's a Wonderful Podcast. It's kind of what we do.
It's our
But
thing, yeah.
it is very much our thing. But our retro trailer reactions are always a fun thing to do. And it's the Ninja Turtles' turn this week. As Jeannine, you can see with Jannine's shirt and display that's going on over there.
Yes.
We're looking at the trailer for the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie that we did, of course, cover on this month's Morgan Hasn't Seen. So do go and check out the episodes on your chosen podcast platform. Just find It's a Wonderful Podcast on there. Do your subscribing and download and listen. Subscribe and ding your notification bell to this YouTube channel as well, of course, before we get going. What are we expecting from this one, Jeannine?
I feel like it's gonna be similar to Power Rangers, their trailer, in terms of really leaning into the action of everything. I think they're gonna wanna showcase the look of the turtles, as I think they did a really good job with the animatronics and the suit designs and all of those things. I don't think there's gonna be a ton of focus on Shredder. We're probably just gonna get flashes of him because I don't think he looks as great as, like, our turtles. So I think that's gonna be the focus. The little comedic lines are gonna be thrown in there. We're probably gonna open with the crime of the city and all of that, and then get into only one team can kind of very much like what the Power Rangers did.
Yeah. We're expecting a fairly typical structure, although I will be impressed if they do go the dark, somewhat weird noir-y route that the movie occasionally did want to go into.
Yeah, are they gonna make it light for kids, or are they gonna lean into kind of the darker, grittier tone that the movie ended up being? That's gonna be the biggest question, I think.
It really is. It really is. Let's have a look and see, shall we?
Our family grows. The city itself will be our playground to use as we please. Rewarding ourselves and punishing our enemies.
We've been looking for you, Miss O'Neill.
There is a new enemy. Freaks of nature.
Oh, the shells.
Together,
The sewer.
we will punish these creatures.
What the heck was that? Looked like sort of a big turtle in a trench coat.
In each of the colors, I like that.
Yeah.
Awesome!
Excellent!
Interesting music.
Harry!
Yeah! I love being a turtle!
Lean green and on the screen. Okay.
What a tagline that is. Lean green and on the screen. I love that so much. That's kind of a moody trailer, you know.
Yeah, that music was interesting. Like the like bass guitar, but then having this like classical kind of strings thing happening.
Funky remixed classical pieces.
Yeah.
It is an interesting take. I don't recall that from the movie. So
No, even him ducking his head down and saying, "I love being a turtle." I'm like, I don't think that made the
yeah,
final cut.
yeah.
Um, but
Strange one. I think they've definitely gone with the grimy, gritty, this is a
yeah,
crime-ridden realm,
city.
uh,
Yeah,
vibe of it all, rather than the overaction,
yeah,
fun, which there wasn't much
yeah.
comedy to be said in
No, no,
at all.
and they build up a little to actually seeing the turtles. Like
Yeah,
we see that their shells floating in the water. We see the sewer grate. We should see them skateboarding before we get the kind of full reveal.
yeah. Nothing of
So yeah,
Splinter, which, is
yeah,
disappointing, but then,
yeah, and
it
because he
opens
looks
with Shredder.
great.
And we didn't
Yeah,
know how much Shredder we would get, but he
yeah,
gets you
he
straight
opens
into
the
Shredder.
trailer. Yeah, but yeah, I'm surprised he didn't show more Splinter considering how good he ended up looking. So but maybe that was like an early cut before they really maybe had Splinter put together
Poss
properly. So,
Possibly.
yeah.
It didn't necessarily feel like a full trailer, it was maybe like the
No.
first of a couple or the
Yeah.
first of 3 or something like that as trailers
Yeah.
to,
To
uh,
go.
tend to be. But I think that's a really good trailer. I think that's
Mhm.
capitalizing, as I think the movie did as well,
Mhm.
on the desire for your comic book movies following the late 80s and Batman 89 and
Yeah.
things like that to go
Yeah. To focus
darker,
on
to
the
go
grittiness.
crimey,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, have your alleyways full of smoke for some ungodly
Right?
reason,
Yeah.
and it just everything just feel very dirty, and it definitely capitalized on that. People will have gone and seen Batman 89, wanted a bit more of that
Kind of
after it
style.
because it's great,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they'll find it, and that trailer's telling them that, well, if you want a bit of that and you don't mind some outlandishness, let me introduce you to the Ninja Turtles, because you'll
Yeah.
get that here.
Yeah, and
As well as
again, just
obviously a little bit more silliness because
yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles.
Exactly. And again, it's like I'm just like enjoying that we're not giving a ton of plot away. We don't need to.
No,
And just like the frustration of newer trailers doing that. Like you didn't really need to do. You just need to kind of set up the general crime in the city. Who's going to come and stop it? Are Ninja Turtles. And that's like all you need, seeing them in action, seeing how they look, seeing them, with their weapons and kind of having their vibe.
yeah,
And that's it. Like we don't really need to be delving into like the whole plot of the film.
no.
So yeah.
As I said, it's a very moody trailer.
We didn't even get a
It's
lot of April either in there.
no, not much April. I mean,
Yeah.
enough to tell you that April's
She's
going to be
there.
in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, not a lot, and thankfully, not a lot of Casey
Casey Jones. Yeah,
either.
you
I
didn't
can't be
like
doing with
Casey
him.
Jones.
Don't care for Casey Jones at all, to be perfectly honest with you. But there we go.
Aw. Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
I do think it seems to excel in what major trailers seem to just forget how to do today, and the best trailers always focus on just being an atmosphere, being a vibe,
Yeah.
being a feeling,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and invoking the kind of atmosphere that it
Yeah.
promises when you go and
That you're
watch
gonna
the
see.
movie in the cinema
Yeah.
or wherever you go and watch the movie.
Yeah.
And that does that. You don't need to know exactly what's going to happen in the movie in
Yeah.
order to go and watch the movie. It's detrimental to give us too much. And we always say this when trailers do give us too much.
Yeah, like, I feel like I watched the whole movie when I watched some trailers today. But yeah, we kinda just get an idea of our villain, the general aspect of what it's gonna be, the vibe, the mood, and, like, who's going to be in it, and that's
Yeah,
kinda all you need. Yeah,
it
so I think
really
it worked.
is. It really is.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
trailer. Good trailer.
yeah,
Good movie. Ninja Turtles. we like them. We'll be back shortly with a Transformers the movie, or is it the Transformers the movie retro trailer reaction? The 1986 animated movie, of course. We'll be having a look at the trailer for that. So do subscribe and ding your notification bell, as I said before, to the It's a Wonderful Podcast YouTube channel to stay in tune on all our things here. Subscribe to It's a Wonderful Podcast on your chosen podcast platform for all our typical shows and all the fun stuff there. Patreon donation links, social media links in the description down below, or scrolling down at the bottom of the screen. But that leaves us with our most Ninja Turtle countdown of them all. Take it away, Jeannine.
3, 2, 1, cowabunga!
Bye.